I don't believe you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Huh? You people!
You people.
You people.
You people that walk around with one blind eye.
You people.
You people that are knocking down Niagara Falls.
You people who destroy our city.
You people that are lying.
People. You people.
You people that would rather do drugs,
You
drink,
people.
steal, rob.
You people. You people.
You people.
You people.
It's time for you to go.
You people.
You people.
You people. You people.
You people. You people. Get the fuck out of the city and go ruin someone else's.
You people have been chosen to reveal our existence to the world.
Welcome to the edge of the falls. Welcome to the edge of the falls. You people have been chosen to reveal our existence to the world. I'm Brett Byro, a.k.a. The Madman, and tonight we're going to tell just a little bit more and talk about who else is hurting our city.
Yeah, absolutely. And who you up next to you?
I'm not hurting the city, and my name's Renne Zeno. Nice to see you all.
Yay! Hi, Tim.
Hey.
And and I am the Mystic, living in this city and wondering why. And together we are the Edge of the Falls. All right, welcome.
What's happening? How are you doing?
We're welcoming in who tonight now?
Kim Guthrie, Barb Boland.
Okay.
Hey, I think we should do our share. And I think we should pay a tribute to Barb. What do you think?
Let's do it while she's on here.
Yeah,
quick.
let's
do that
get a
first.
tribute. All right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard us talk about Ohio Barb, the facilities manager here at Edge of the Falls.
She does a lot.
She does a great job.
Sometimes she overworks herself.
Yep.
You'll see.
But you found a dirty mug tonight, remember?
Yes, I found a very dirty mug. Yes,
Barb, we have to fill in an incident report.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And you'll see where I'm going with the subliminal message about her overworking herself.
Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, a little tribute to Ohio Barb. Well, you share the show.
Ohio, and that's just life in Ohio. Ohio, and that's just life in Ohio. Ohio, where people like to do things. Ohio, we've got a lot of sausage.
She was overworked that
The
day.
Cincinnati Reds. Ohio, my friend has got a pig farm. 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 Ohio.
This one goes out to my peeps in Akron.
Ohio.
This one's for all you people.
Ohio.
We just got a new Chipotle.
Ohio.
Toledo.
Ohio. Ohio people, we're not normal people. Ohio. Ohio people, we're not West Virginia. Ohio. Ohio people, we're not normal people. Ohio. Ohio people, we're not West Virginia. Ohio. Ohio people, we're not normal people. Ohio. Ohio people.
I had to show you.
Ohio, Ohio people, we're not normal people. Ohio, Ohio people.
All right, I'm just putting up a new job posting. Facilities manager needed. I think she's going to walk out on us. That was fun.
Here's to Barb.
We need a cool song like that for Buffalo.
Yeah, we should write one. You haven't heard the music we've done for the Waterfall Dogs. We've got great songs. In fact, I was approached by someone Democratic back in Buffalo about a year ago on one of them. Democratic, somebody from the Democratic Party, pardon me. And hence it never got there. Anyway, not that I'm not Democratic. I'm not Republican. I'm Canadian. So there you go,
I'm American.
Mayor Can.
So we got a little message on our page. Sorry, you're slipping my mind. Say it like you mean it. No, so anyways, it was from my brother David Bobbitt. And he said that he was in the vicinity of a house, that is boarded up, and I guess he was saving a cat. To make a long story short, I don't know. It's funny,
He's not related to Lorena, is he?
Yeah.
You didn't know that. There's more to the story. So my parents raised David and John Bobbitt.
John
since
Wayne.
they were 5 years old. So they lived with us. So we all raised like brothers. So
That's pretty interesting.
Yep. So I got hooked up with a nasty porn star, and I had 2 wonderful kids. True story.
So go back to the cat because you're getting into pussy.
Yeah. So go back to the cat. So David sends a message and he says that he was trying to save these feral cats and he was feeding them. So he heads over to this house where they ran into, and what's he see is some chick shooting up in the garage. And something needs to be done about it, blah, blah, blah. So me and Peter decided to go over there and, do a little bit of filming and see what's going on.
There's needles.
And, of course, there was needles there, all kinds of caps. And, you could tell, obviously, there was a ladder going into the upstairs of the garage. I don't think anybody was there. They didn't, holler at us or anything, but, of course, they probably wouldn't have.
Well, let me check. There's that video of you poking up there with that sharp stick. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, so anyways, to make a long story short, we will take that video.
Long.
Yeah. We'll take that video and forward it on to whoever needs to see it, and maybe something will get done, or they'll start watching the play. So, and if you're in the vicinity of 22nd and Falls, be careful. There's don't let your kids run around and play there.
Ooh, no. Definitely
Yep, there
not.
we are. 22nd and Falls. Okay.
Anyways,
So-
what else?
Moving on.
Moving on up.
The topic of discussion today is Cuomo, our illustrious Governor Andrew Cuomo, has a new book out accusing Team Trump of extortion amid height of COVID pandemic. This is according to the Detroit News. This just came out about a week ago. That's a follow-up to, a number of things that Andrew Cuomo has been bringing up himself. This book is generally, it should be called, and it should be titled, How I Got Away with Killing, 11,000 plus senior citizens, and could blame it on the Trump team.
Of course, but I'm sure shit's going to hit the fan with
It's
this
really
soon. So we know that there's some federal agency out there already investigating him. So shit's going to hit the fan.
Right, another reason why he wrote the book. If they're going to
Take
be
the onus
investigating,
off him a little bit. Right.
Exactly. And New York Post has done various news stories on that recently. One that caught my eye especially was, get this title: casket outside Brooklyn nursing home filled with 6,500 covers of Cuomo's book. Apparently, the people in Brooklyn don't really believe him as much as
It's about time they put their money where their mouth is, and let's get him the fuck out of here. You guys, and those of you that are listening, maybe you're trying to think, well, what's this got to do with Niagara Falls? This has a whole hell of a lot to do with Niagara Falls.
Oh, certainly.
He is, how can I say it? Again, taking from us to support downstate. Not only
in his spare time when he's not killing senior citizens.
Yeah. Of course, and this isn't, before everybody jumps on the bandwagon saying,
Oh my God, what are you talking about?
Why are you guys downing, our great governor? Any of you that think he is our great governor are one of the you people that I
We
talk
need
about.
to talk to you.
Yes. Peter, what do you got?
At the moment, we just got a lot of people signing in. Patty Hayes, hope you'll call in tonight, folks. If you've got a take, John Sadler, good to see you. John says rather sensitively, Cuomo needs to drop dead.
Yeah. You're exactly
And then
right. I think
I
everybody.
think this graphic works well, don't you?
Yeah.
Ooh, I love these.
Oh, Cuomo is a dick.
Is Cuomo a dick? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dyslexic.
Hang on, no, but I've already got the preliminary numbers.
Yeah.
Yes, 11,403. No, 4.
Yeah, that's kind of like, forget it. I'm not even going to go there. But you know what I mean.
Why don't we send him the T-shirt behind you?
Oh yeah. Hey, look at that. We need to put his face right.
That's our good friend Jim Costanza with JCTs, and he's been undergoing surgery, so we haven't seen him a lot lately.
Patty says she loves my Peter and Brett always.
Now she gets into Brett's Peter. That's a little tougher. Okay.
I just had to point that out that she loves my Peter.
All right.
Just kidding, Patty.
I'm going to scoot my chair this way.
You can enjoy Renee's left shoulder tonight.
That's right.
You notice we gave you a pink
Carly
microphone cover.
Lappy, you're very observant.
So anyway, getting back to the Cuomo thing, so he writes this book, and of course we all know it's to protect his his behind, and it basically says everybody else is at fault but me. Okay, it was Donald Trump's fault. It was the Republicans' fault. Oh wait, no,
Aliens.
wait a minute. No, it was at the actual nursing home's fault themselves. Oh no, wait, maybe it was the patient's fault. Yeah, they shouldn't have gotten COVID in the first place. They shouldn't have just been there laying in the nursing home.
Yeah.
How
dare they send old people to a nursing home?
And then
Damn it, yes.
he comes out and says, in this book, well, I had nothing to do with this. Nothing at all to do with this. Whoa, what's that?
What is it? Tell everybody that teacher.
This is the executive order from the illustrious governor.
I thought it was your resume.
I wouldn't have Howard Zucker
Once
at the
upon
top
a
of my
time.
resume. Okay. But anyway, this basically says, Department of Health, all right, please distribute to all nursing home administrators, directors of nursing, directors of social work, hospital discharge planners. I'll make this short for you. You must accept COVID-19 positive people. You can't turn them away. You need to take these people in. So why? They'll infect.
This is coming from Cuomo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just being sarcastic.
Oh,
this
okay.
is coming from
Oh,
Cuomo.
okay.
Right?
Yes.
Not Trump. Trump didn't say
Oh
that.
God, no! Did I say Trump said that?
Oh, no, you didn't say that. I'm
Okay,
just being
good.
sarcastic.
Okay, because if I did, you can hit me right now.
No, being
Okay,
sarcastic
all right.
again.
All right.
Oh, fight. My money's on Renee.
So for Andrew Cuomo to come out and say that, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm sorry, dude. This says everything right here. Yeah, and what's going on now too? You still can't go to see your parents, your grandparents, who's ever in a nursing home. You have to see them behind a plexiglass. You have to get a COVID-19 test. All right, which costs $150, I'd say. Sometimes the insurance covers it, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you feel like,
Feel like a nut.
Feel like
Sometimes
a
you
nut.
don't.
Oh, so everybody else can get a free COVID test except for the people
Legitimate people
who wanna
visiting
go see
relatives.
their-
As far as I
wanna
know,
go
if
see their
anybody knows
parents.
different, please call in and let
Yeah,
us know
yeah.
so we can, get that out there where to go for a free testing. But you have to have your test done 7 days before you go and see, your parent in the nursing home, and it has to go through certain channels, and then if something happens where they need to cancel your appointment, you can't go in. You have to go through the process all over again, get another test, $150 down the loo, and and try it again.
I don't know.
You still can't hug your mother. You still can't, kiss your father. You still can't talk to them. I believe you have to talk to a microphone. I mean, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we
What?
talked about this a little bit earlier, but you know when this is going to end?
Oh,
When
election day?
You people say, I've had enough. I'm not
Yes.
wearing a mask. I'm not going to do this. Obviously, if you have health issues or something like that, wear a mask if you feel safe. If you feel like you've already had this, guess what? Again, I have to reiterate, that I thought we were supposed to be immune to it once you get it, right?
Well,
They still haven't had time to determine that. They have to see what the longevity is of your immunity.
How long? It's been going on for a year now.
Well, yeah,
I
well-
know 14 years it took them to decipher what
Yeah.
this, Ebola.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, now
you
they're
know,
coming out with
I'm being
COVID part
sarcastic,
two.
Peter. That's
Oh,
all.
yes. No, I know.
Obviously, me and Peter, we not only write plays, but we talk about some stuff of significance.
Substantial
Right,
things
Oh
that
yeah,
we
I saw
talk about.
that.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What, next play we do?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully,
Yes.
it's going to be a hit. I really believe it. I think.
Story of Brett and I when we became male dancers, the Chunkendales.
Oh, look, a squirrel. No. So, anyways, wait till you guys get it. We have plans. Free testing is being done at the NCCC, but
Okay.
I think you need a referral.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll give you a referral. You give me one.
Thank you, Patty.
You guys, look, my cup.
Is it me,
He's a
Renee?
madman.
Or is Cuomo from what you shared? Oh, yeah, let's go back to your Madman Cup for a second. Hold that up. Hold
Oh,
that
was,
up.
was that for Cuomo?
No, that's for Madman.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Is it me or is Cuomo identifying certain groups? Like you have some good examples to share later, showing specific groups within our community. And what's funny is, like people accuse him of sending people to the seniors' homes. Mm-hmm. And it's like a death camp. And then when you realize who else he's targeting, boy, he's starting to look really sinister.
Oh, you mean like the Jewish community?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my heavens. Where did this come from? I mean, first we were, he was targeting churches.
Right.
Telling people that they couldn't congregate in church. Then it moved over to synagogues. And now, okay, since then, now he's just, going and knocking on, doors of Jewish homes and, using his brown shirts, to bars their way in. Yeah, these cops are not typical cops. They are not, our back the blue guys. These are totally... They're Cuomo's guys. They're the special task force, if you will.
The brown shirts.
Listen,
that's why I
if
call
you
them brown
don't
shirts.
already realize that everything he does is money motivated in order to make more money, to get a bailout, to
Ding, ding.
to keep on claiming New York is the worst place with COVID, blah blah blah. Why? Because he's getting paid for it.
Campaign donations.
Yeah,
I mean, to stay on
exactly, Peter.
Stay on Cuomo, like here in Niagara Falls, when Hornblower got the contract on the Canadian side, that negated the Maid of the Mist's claim that they were the sole source provider of attraction rides. And they fought to try and get open bidding with the state parks for a better deal for the state parks. Instead, Cuomo stood up and just negated the whole thing and said, nope, Maid of the Mist stays. You know why? Because Glenn, the owner, is a massive donor to his campaign.
So, I just have to, as comments come in, talk about a little bit. It's funny how, if you think about it, the politicians, not on a low level, on a higher level, have so much control over what goes on, in your state, where the money goes, who's making money. And again, Peter, just like we were talking to, I want to know why politicians are multimillionaires as a politician.
Yes.
How does that happen? It doesn't take a brain surgeon. I hate to sound like, Donald Trump or anything like that, but, when they say, it's too good to be true, it's fucking too good to be true, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, always follow the money.
So listen, Patty Hayes said that,
Patty Hayes is awesome.
and I know that this happened. Her husband got tested for I don't know if I'm supposed to air it out. Got tested for COVID. A couple of people at his work, tested positive. So what they did was they test him, and then they go back and they test him 24 hours again later. And from what Patty is saying is that they're counting this as 2 positive COVID tests.
That's why I don't believe any of the numbers out there. How
can't
can
believe
you?
the numbers. Me and Peter has talked about this right from the get-go, how the numbers have been askew, and they're of course they want bigger numbers because you get a bigger bailout, you get more money. Follow the money.
You need federal money to pay off that that deficit that keeps growing exponentially. Every month? First, in August, it was 6.1 billion. Then in September it was 14 billion. September 30 billion. Now it's 59 billion.
Yep.
And it's doubling every month, this deficit. Where?
Why? Where's the money
Where?
going? Right. Exactly. I don't.
Well, one can speculate.
Right.
Would you like me to speculate?
Yeah.
Tim Heater is speculating, says kickbacks. Well, that's good speculation.
Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah, exactly. Lobbyists pay off. I mean, where do you think the bail reform bill came from? I'm sorry to say this, I mean, if you're out there, if you like the NAACP, they used to be a great group. They were very supportive of African Americans. Now, who are they? They're a lobbyist group. They're a lobbyist group for the Democrats. They are. And this Al Sharpton. This is where my research tells me or points me in the direction of when I look up the bail reform history. I see Al Sharpton all over it. I'm telling you. And you want to talk about
Peter,
money?
what did you say when we were talking about this earlier?
Yes.
Twice
What's
the
that?
crime, way less time.
Yeah, twice with the bail reform. Twice the crime without the time.
Yeah, exactly. Without
it's a good deal for
it
you.
Leaves me back, and I hate to talk about a sore subject, but the girl that was killed on
17th in LaSalle.
Yeah,
Mariah Charday. Yeah.
No, not her.
Oh no.
The one that was shot in the head.
Oh yes, yeah. When they were gathering for a vigil.
Right. And they had caught that guy a week previously on another charge, and they had to let him go because of bail reform.
Yeah.
Deform.
Yeah.
Anybody want to call in? Number is 716-207-4376. You can talk to Renee.
Yep, I see. What I'd like you guys to do is
to
please
this mob shot.
share our page, invite your friends to listen. This is something. I know that I try not to be boring. On our shows,
Never.
maybe we're trying a new time. Maybe people don't know about this.
I forgot to put it up. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, folks.
We'll see what happens. I unfortunately, Bad Brett can't invite his friends to watch the video because Facebook censors everything.
Oh, I thought you said bad breath. I'm sorry.
Want some gum? She's melting. She's melting.
Yeah, so anyway, do we have
So-
anybody calling in?
Not yet, but where do you want to go with this, Renee? I mean, we've got some examples and things. You call the shots because you've got a good take on this.
Well, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I've talked to so many people. I've seen so many comments on Facebook and underneath, the comments underneath our local news stations' Facebook posts. Just loving Andrew Cuomo. He's kept us safe. He's not kept you safe. I'm sorry, but this was the guy who, back in March 19th, said, and I'll quote, "It's not going to happen," said Governor Cuomo at Thursday's press conference. "I'm not going to shut down the state. I won't do it." Okay, this is the guy that
No.
that
Yep. Hang on
that
with us 1 minute, brother.
infected your parents deliberately to cut down state costs. So, okay,
they
go
hung
ahead.
up.
I'm sorry. We have someone on the line?
Nope,
We did.
He hung up.
Oh, he hung up. Oh.
Yeah, he didn't understand what we were talking about. Maybe. Hey, whoever just called, call us back, and
Unless you called to criticize us, then you shouldn't call
Then
back.
call twice. and make sure, if you haven't called, call in sometime. Let us know your opinion. We don't argue with your opinions here, but we are limiting some people who tend to call for 45 minutes. We cut them back, but in all seriousness, so call in, get a fresh take, because this is a new subject for us. We bounced around the idea, but you were saying about Cuomo. Where were you with that before the call came in?
Well, okay, there's part one. I'd like to, just to give an answer to all the people that think he's, the best thing since sliced bread. He's not. Don't think for a minute that Andrew Cuomo has your best interest at heart. It's all about his best interest. You're just an afterthought. Seriously, when I say that, I really mean it. I've been, studying this guy for years. When we talked about a couple episodes ago, me doing the title searches. Okay, I've been watching him since he was, the Secretary of HUD. Okay, a lot of that housing crisis was just, it didn't just pop up out of thin air. Andrew Cuomo has hands in it. And it's just been getting worse and worse and worse on down the line. I also wanted to bring up, his effect or influence on the Falls area. And, we were talking about earlier, me and Brett, about, I have my little notes here, all right, about hydropower, about the hydropower that, Niagara Falls could be using, for its own benefit. It's another topic of discussion here, but we have one of the largest natural resources of power here in the country. Niagara Falls, it's running water. It doesn't need a power source to. It doesn't require an energy cell, and what we should be paying. What we should be paying in Niagara Falls the lowest
without a
electricity
doubt,
costs.
Again, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure that out. Just the stupid people just keep going along and making deals, saying, "Here, take this much money, and here you can have this." And well, we don't want nothing from New York State or our backyard, or we don't want nothing from the water. We don't want nothing. Just don't get me started.
No, I know. And so anyway, instead of paying the least amount of cost for our energy, we're paying the most. And why? Because people like Andrew Cuomo, come and take that resource and they use it. They take that revenue from us, to power New York City. Okay, New York City is making all the money off of our power source and leaving us with peanuts. And that's a huge reason why Niagara Falls doesn't have the money it should, the revenue. And
Look
there's
around.
another reason why you shouldn't like Andrew Cuomo. That's why you shouldn't think he's a good man. He's not.
Even the state parks, they generate so much money at the state park here around Niagara Falls. And what do? The money goes into the state park system to fund other parks all around the state.
Yeah, I personally have a problem with that. It doesn't, I don't know anybody that doesn't have a problem with that. Drive around Niagara Falls and tell me how much, that, doesn't matter. And, why have we not seen that money? Because everybody's kissing ass and giving in.
Thank you, Patty Hayes. Just texted in the power here goes to New York City, not used here. That's correct.
Not only is
Well,
it
most
not
people
used
have theirs
here-
cut off, right?
Not only is it not used here, but we pay more. We pay more than regular people. We pay more than New York City does for our power.
Yeah. So moving on from that, I mean, also, speaking of power, you have the pipeline. I think it was just in the news recently, in the past couple of weeks. Our Governor Cuomo doubled down on his no to fracking. No to the pipelines, the natural gas pipelines, that, could be, also bringing in revenue and saving us. I mean, he's, why wouldn't you do something like that? I mean, why wouldn't you allow the pipeline through?
It's not just him. Look at Joe Biden.
Oh, my God, I know.
The new Green Deal.
It's kind of keeping us, it's keeping us in that, under that poverty line. And this is, one of the reasons, we could come back if we had something like that to regenerate our revenue. But, I mean, that's why you keep seeing the deficit, doubling and doubling and doubling every month. I mean, I don't know where, what else to say about that. But, he's not doing much. He's not doing much to help matters, while crying about not getting a federal bailout for COVID, I guess is what I'm saying here.
Wah.
Yeah, and enough of the crying, dude, okay? Enough of the crying.
Yeah, he does have a tendency to whine, doesn't he? Like when he doesn't
Every
get what he
day.
wants, or if the president challenges him, it's like, wah, like enough.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are again.
Go. I know who this is.
Somebody calling in?
You're on the edge of the falls. Who's this?
This is your Huckleberry.
What's up, brother?
Hey, I was just doing a little research on some of the things that Renne's talking about.
Good.
I come across an article I posted. I found it's from the Times Union in Albany. The date was April 24th, 2020. And it shows a breakdown of what the White House has actually provided to New York State.
Bravo.
Medical supplies and equipment include 12 million N95 respirators, 3 million surgical masks, 379,374 face shields, 313,810 surgical gowns, 8,060 coveralls, 3 million gloves, and 4,540 ventilators. On top of, the Small Business Administration issued more than $20.3 billion in loans to 81,075 New York small businesses as of April 20th. FEMA committed $1.3 billion to Cuomo this week, said President Trump, and agreed to waive the state's 25% share of that aid that the state was supposed to provide. CDC provided more than $28 million to New York through the Coronavirus Preparedness and Response Supplemental Appropriations Act. Health and Human Services awarded more than $76.6 million in CARES Act funding to 63 health facilities across New York as of April 21st. New York medical providers were allocated $1.85 billion for the first round of funding from the Provider Relief Fund. Most of that was provided by April 10th. State received more than $2.18 billion from Health and Human Services through the Provider Relief Fund, CDC, Health Resources and Services Administration, Health Centers, and other HHS grants. $1.7 million to support small rural hospitals and promote telemedicine. The U.S. Treasury is providing stimulus relief to states, Native American tribes, and eligible local government agencies under the CARES Act. $7.5 billion. $5.2 billion of it has already been allocated. Now, this is from April the 24th of 2020. They also mention in here about the Navy ship that arrived in New York Harbor on March 30th.
That wasn't you.
That ship ultimately handled less than 200 patients. Army Corps of Engineers also set up an emergency hospital at the Javits Center. The U.S. military sent hundreds of physicians and nurses into New York City hospitals to augment the staffing. This was published by the Times Union out of Albany. This was from April 24th. That was what they started with.
Yep.
We're talking, this is, 5 months ago, 6 months ago. And this asshole's on the news saying that the federal government's not helping with anything.
I know. It's all.
The thing I loved today was, the thing I saw today, though, in his little jerk-off conference or bragging session, whatever you want to call it,
Circle jerk.
He says right straight from his own freaking mouth, I cannot enforce a mask mandate. I cannot force people to wear masks. But the asshole wants to withhold funding from all these local governments if they don't enforce the mask wearing.
Government,
How the fuck
schools?
do you expect the local governments to enforce what you can't even enforce yourself, and then you withhold funding because they can't do what you can't do yourself?
Look at Tim. You
How the
already
fuck
know.
does that
We've
work,
talked
man?
about this
Take a
many
breath.
times. This is what it is when it's convenient, then you say and do other things. He doesn't care about himself. Renee summed it up. He cares about money. He cares about his bailout.
And being
Did
president
you see
someday,
the
still
shit about his
passing
daughter?
on.
The shit about his daughter is designing masks now, working with people to make designer
that came out
masks and
today.
shit.
Yeah, that came out today.
You know?
I believe.
How
hand
about
I bet you're doing that for free,
hand
right?
sanitizer. He was making hand sanitizer with New York State money. Where did that? By the way, where did that hand sanitizer go? I thought
It was
I think
yucky
that was a big
tasting.
flop.
Yeah.
I don't think they were actually making any. I think they were, from what I heard, they were just taking it out of one bottle and putting it into another and saying that they made it in the
How
prison.
funny. Yep.
They might have added some special sauce in there too while they're at it. Hell, I don't know.
Tim, Carly Lapp's got a great comment for you. Says, damn, Tim, hooked on phonics really does work.
Yeah, it does. Hey, you can teach an old dog new tricks. I can learn how my ABDs down.
And it's interesting because that was back in April that all of that was published. If you imagine what's been going on since then, and
They've been getting shit. Trump's been sending all kinds of shit. Anytime, he even said it in his press conferences before when he was talking specifically about Cuomo. Anytime my phone rings and they need something, I send it. What the hell what more does he want? I mean, I know he wants the federal government to bail out his badass budget practices and everything, but come on, man. I mean, how much more do you expect? You talk about how, what was it, when he was bitching about Kentucky or Tennessee was taking more of federal funding than what they were putting in. New York was putting in a hell of a lot more than everybody else, and they were taking advantage and taking more than what they put in. What the fuck's he doing with all this COVID relief shit? Same exact thing. And then he's trying to blame everybody but him. It's everybody's fault but me.
Of course. What a convenient time to take time off and write a book, huh?
Yeah, I'm surprised he even knows how to fucking read. Probably got somebody else reading it to him, or he's just drawing pictures in crayon.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was gonna
tell
say.
him, this is what I meant.
Another poster.
All right, so thanks for calling in. We're going to take another call here. I'm going to try and get that
Yes,
Anthony guy
sir.
to call back.
I just wanted to get this in there because I read it earlier and I was like,
awesome, Tim.
this asshole, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot for
that goes to
bringing
prove
that up.
that he's a liar. But we should be used to that. Politicians, not even half, probably 90%.
Well, I'm just going to sit here on the side. I'm going to stare at the pretty lady in the red dress, and I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, brother.
See ya.
Later.
always good to hear from the Heater boy. I love it. And Carly says, Tim Heater, blow into a paper bag.
Right,
no, I was glad that he brought that up. That was
listen,
important.
the three parts, that you're talking about, Chris Fortin, that's come up a lot,
Yep.
in
New York City, upstate, and Canada.
Yep. Yeah.
So who we got on the line now?
We have nobody on the line right now.
You want to show one of your videos, or do you want to?
Oh,
where
yeah.
do you want to go?
Oh, the Jewish community?
Yeah.
Being harassed? Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
All right,
Pick
give me a
one.
moment here. Pick one. Yeah, I know. It's kind of scary.
It is very scary. I know. I've been forwarding them to the
All right,
Republican
this
Jewish
one's
Alliance.
powerful. This is an inspector at a restaurant where the guy has nobody in the restaurant. He's doing takeout. Watch this.
Because my doors are open, I want to understand. Well, If you don't want to, you don't need to sign it. I know you're recording me.
That's fine. I'm allowed to record you.
I'm going to give you a copy and then...
You're giving me a ticket because my doors are open, sir?
The charge is spelled out here.
There's nobody sitting in the restaurant. Everything is okay. You're giving me a ticket because my doors are open? What if my store is hot? I'm not allowed to open the door because the store is hot?
Amazing.
Everything's spelled out in the summons. I'm going to give you a copy. And I'm going to read.
Can I have your name, please? Is it in the report? But it's not fair that only because my doors are open and I'm getting a violation. You know, I'm struggling here every single day. It's hard for me. And there was nobody inside the store, obviously, because we don't have dine-in. We only have takeout. There was nobody in the store, and I'm only getting a ticket because my doors are open. Can you just please repeat that sentence why I'm getting a violation? Is because I'm operating in a red zone with, what is that?
In the red zone, you're only supposed to do pickup and delivery at the door. Everything's spelled out here in the summons.
So, but I'm doing pickup and delivery. When the guy walked in, I told him to step outside. That was not good enough?
I'm not here to argue. I'm just recording.
I remember they used to say that in another country some years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of countries. That's pretty sad.
Which reminds me, speaking of Governor Cuomo, I mean, if you want to know more about the dirty dealings and misdeeds of Andrew Cuomo, you can go to the 1791 Society on Facebook and like their page and become a member. They're a Pro 2A group, but they've expanded since they've come out as Pro 2A. They're all about finding out, about the behind the scenes information for you that you won't hear in local news.
You'll dig it. Well, some people may not dig it, but a lot of people will dig it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you're a cheerleader for Andrew Cuomo, you probably won't like it too much.
Kim Guthrie says Cuomo always talks about the daughter's boyfriend living with them and now not living with them anymore. What does that have to do with us? Well, he gives them someone to blame if something goes missing.
Yeah, that's Trump's fault.
You want to roll the next one? The police visiting the home?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, stand by. And yes, Patty Hayes was asking if this is real.
Oh, yeah, it's real.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's real, and obviously it didn't happen here, guys. This is,
New York
In
City.
New York City,
right.
yeah.
You have a noise complaint.
Can you stop after breathing in my face? I'm the one wearing a mask.
You have a glove. You have a glove. You have a face mask. What do you
I'm
care?
talking to the owner here. But we had a complaint about vehicle parking in the front. Then I look up and you have over 10 people in a crowd.
So what?
Now it's an issue, okay?
What is the issue? Exactly.
The issue is
This is not a party. There's no
Stop.
music. This is simply a simple thing. They have a few friends together. What is the issue that you need supposed to come into my house and tell me that it's okay for a police officer to walk into my house and say it's okay? When you are the police officer,
Yes.
you know the laws, you know the rules.
Yes.
You can't walk into my house and tell me that it's okay. If you would have been a normal person, you would have walked out and said, okay, can I talk to you? Fine, I can listen to you. Instead,
We're past
you're
that.
just backing that up again and again.
We're past that. We're past that point. We had a guest try to slam the door. Yeah, he tried to slam it on me. I'm trying to talk to you as a person. No, we didn't know the door was
This, you were standing here when I came down. I didn't see anything.
I told you, can
As
I
I
come
walked
into the
out,
house? I just told
you
you, can I
guys
come
came
into
in.
the house? As he was walking out, he saw us, ran back inside.
Again, these aren't your typical typical police officers. These are special force.
These are
task
paid
group
people to
officers.
generate revenue using COVID as an excuse for New York City, unbelievable.
Yeah, they're like an extension of the SLA.
Oh, the SLA. I mean, all my I couldn't believe it. We played. I played with my music partner Brian. We play kind of all over the place. Played for a party for Brett actually back in, I think it was July or whatever it was. But we everywhere we went, it was like, watch out, the SLA's coming. Watch out, the SLA. You know.
Did you know that they tried to file? Or they did file an appeal on the Supreme Court ruling under Judge Sedita, where he deemed banning ticketing and music advertising unconstitutional. Right. Did you know that the SLA came back I believe it was last Monday, and filed an appeal with the appellate court. I don't know that they're going to, be seen by an appellate court judge. I mean, they're probably going to look at it, but as far as being seen in court, and having that decision overturned, I highly doubt it. I mean, that was a First Amendment issue.
Yeah.
And also they have the theaters opening now per the governor. Ticketing, advertising. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to to overturn that decision. When you have the movie theaters, coming out and doing the same thing.
Right.
So yeah, that was interesting. A lot of the restaurant owners were like, oh no. And I'm like, no, don't worry.
But it's so confusing. I mean, one thing is one group is granted, one another group isn't. I mean, think of it. The Jewish community, they gather as they do. The Muslim community, when it's Ramadan, they gather together to break fast. You can talk about just about any community within our community, and they have whatever they do in their home should be their own business, not the governor's.
Look at what gets me, really, and if you think about it, why isn't there's some sort of regulation between all of the states that's going on? Where is the why is it up to Cuomo to dictate that everybody in New York State does what he says?
Well, he doesn't have anybody. There's no checks and balances right now. I mean, it's all him. All day, all night, right now.
I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
When we say he's the dictator and he's trying to call the shots, obviously he's trying to call the shots. He has to save his face. He wants a bailout for New York. I keep saying that. He knows he could. I don't want to say he single-handedly killed these people, but he contributed to it. He contributed to it.
Certainly. I mean, those were the people that we were supposed to protect.
Right? If you don't think so, everybody knew right from the get-go, Peter, that this was going to be something that was affecting the elderly. We knew that right from the get-go. It was never denied. Exactly. And then to send people with COVID as his directed executive order that everybody talks about, we got an executive order, you got to do what it says. He put out an executive order saying that the hospitals had to take active COVID patients, elderly, back into the nursing homes. What did you think was going to happen?
Oh, jeez. It was sad.
Yeah. So there's another timeline here. I wanted people to take a look at it. If you're on Twitter, I mean, I think most people are, or maybe have like a I want to see this article or this tweet kind of an account. So with that being said, you have now that this was I found out about this. I believe it was on WBEN. Let's see. I think it was a David Bellavia show. There's let's see. If you go to @Stu Does America, STU Does America, you'll see. I think what is he? A TV journalist.
Look, real quick. Chris Fortin brought up a good point. What are legislators doing now? Have any of them been laid off? Have they taken a pay cut?
No. No pay
God,
cut.
no, that's how they're millionaires.
Are you kidding?
Exactly. They're getting kickbacks for laying people off in mask companies, and I hate to say it, protective wear, get the fuck.
The worst tasting hand sanitizer too.
Sean Ryan, Assemblyman Sean Ryan came out recently and said, "Well, we're confident we're going to get our powers back in April."
Well, how about Biden saying, we could be shut down to 2022?
Oh yeah, right.
I don't think he's going to live that long.
I don't think New York City will be around that long. Seriously. Oh my gosh! But anyway, back to the timeline. If you go to Stu Does America, you'll see. Let's see, a journalist timeline of the handling of Cuomo, the handling of COVID-19 by Governor Cuomo. I mean, it kind of breaks it out like where. This date, Cuomo says this. Okay, following date, he does that. And this happened. No, then he backtracked and then he sidestepped, and then he stepped in it. That kind of thing. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, seriously, it'll take you some time to look at this timeline, but it'll be so well worth it to find out the information. Have it right at your fingertips. Everything since March 1st.
Jill Shaw asked if, and hi Jill Shaw, if do we think that he's going to shut us down again? I think if the opportunity presents itself, you're damn right he is. All he cares about excuse me, is some sort of backdoor agreement to get more money out of New York or out of the the federal from Trump, who's given them enough already, probably more than anybody else. What are you laughing at? Go ahead.
The Twitter. Look at the Twitter. This guy, this timeline.
Oh, yeah, it's funny. I saw that.
Never thought they put your wife up, Brett.
That's a great Halloween costume. No, but anyway, but like Tom Bowerly was saying, speaking of WBEN, by the way, Tom Bowerly is my favorite talk show host.
Yeah, we noticed.
They keep moving the goalposts. It's like, okay, yeah. We need to flatten the curve. 5 weeks, people, 5 weeks. And then it was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I lied. I lied.
Like a year from now, I'm sorry.
Who had that post up?
Put that mask up.
The numbers
said
were wrong.
That said that you can only have, what was it, 6 people to Thanksgiving dinner? Was it your brother?
Yeah, Todd, yeah.
Yeah, and you can only have 6 people to Thanksgiving dinner, or and what was it, 50 at a funeral or something?
Yeah, that's
so
exactly
for
what it was.
Thanksgiving, he's having a funeral for a bird.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh.
How funny.
What do you think the solution is, Rene? Like, okay, so we're looking at a governor. I sometimes wonder if this guy is he's in a pissing match with the president.
Oh, yeah.
Everything he does, he's trying to exercise control it's almost he's flaunting it into the president's face. And like the president or not, it's still the president is trying to do what's best for the country, and Cuomo seems to always be in competition with him, like he wants to piss him off.
Well, whatever Donald Trump comes out with, I'm going to do this. I mean, immediately following, you have press conference from Andrew Cuomo. Yeah. I'm going to do the opposite.
Hey, listen, you guys, you know, half of that is I want a pat on the back. I want to be seen. It's all about.
You said he wants to be president.
All about my leadership.
You know that. You already know that.
But unfortunately, writing a book in the middle of an epidemic like that is capitalizing on something, trying to make money from it.
Obviously, that's where I was going with when I said that. What a perfect time, right?
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It really is to think, some people think he did a great job, but I don't think those people realistically looked at what he did with different community groups, the SLA, and especially the seniors' homes. And when you look at the overall impact of what he's done now, we've had some hindsight looking back, and I swear it's ugly.
Well, according to a few articles, including a few videos around April 13th of this year, Governor Cuomo said that, President Trump was doing a great job. So, when he was getting, when he was, do you remember when he was coming out and saying, oh my God, the president's wonderful?
Yes.
We had this discussion. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's the bite?
Yeah.
Here, I'll read a headline. Trump shows video of Cuomo praising government efforts. They left out the good part. And the good part was, well, let's see. Good job, fellas. They did it just goes on and on and on. This is from The Hill. And you have another one here. Let's see. He has delivered for New York.
Trump has delivered in big bold letters. Trump has delivered for New York.
Cuomo praises Trump's coronavirus response, and now he's all like, he's done terrible. Everybody's dying because of him. Yeah, right. Because you didn't get your whitewash of what you created in deficit. Yeah. What do you think? The president's stupid? I mean, come on. Anyway,
I think a lot of people really believe that. In doubting his intelligence. It happens a lot.
Well, yeah, it's a nice excuse for the.
Peter's shaking his head. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
So, do we have any more callers in?
No. You know what? I think we have 10 minutes. Left. In this show. Peter,
you want to run DeCamillo?
I'm reading some
let's run DeCamillo, and then let's change gears a little bit, and say I think we are learning our lesson that this week, we're going to go back to 7:00. I think either people missed us or they didn't know, or we shouldn't maybe have changed it, But I just wanted to try, right? I want to try and get more people watching.
Back when COVID, and Renee, I know you weren't with us then. when COVID had everyone isolated, one of the things we did was we tried to run pretty much every night, and we tried to come up with humor and things like that.
We did, Peter. We did a good job.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing. We had a great time.
I think we should do that again.
We stopped doing all that stuff. Right?
Well, if the second wave hits, then we're gonna all bunker down here.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about doing skits and shit. We've kind of lost our,
oh no, we didn't. Come on, we did the Antifa wannabe dickheads last week, and what did that result in? A couple of them. What was her name? Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Useless.
Yeah, you got to take a B actress's name, and you got to go on there and spout stuff like.
Listen, not only that, but on my
Xena
personal
Warrior
page,
Princess?
it's funny. Peter pointed that out right away.
Yeah.
Also known as Lucretia from Spartacus.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
she's awesome.
Yeah, she was good in that one.
She was very good in that
and
one.
Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah. Oh, sounds like my last name. Zeno Warrior.
Xeno Warrior. That's what we have to do. Dress you up like Xena.
For Halloween.
Yeah, with the sword and the.
Oh my gosh.
All right. And Brett will dress up as Gabrielle for you.
How funny.
That I don't know if I'd be able to keep it straight.
I know.
Tim, you're
probably
right.
had
I guess
tears
we
streaming
still
down my
have a
face.
lot of fun with the word of the day and stuff like that. So.
Oh yeah, we do the word of the day. But yeah, those Antifa dickheads. Yeah. We call they're not Antifa. What they are is they want to be Antifa. They want to be taken seriously as protesters. And people were piping in that apparently they caused damage in Tonawanda last week. And
Peter, did you see them? Oh my God! All we had to do was have a couple more people there. They would have cried like little bitches. We got to change our walk because it's been compromised because the white supremacists are going to jump out from behind the trees and beat us up.
And Chris Morton does mention the sex monkey.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Nick D'Angelo, the sexual predator lawyer. Your day is coming.
We've done a pretty good job.
We do okay.
You know what's my main priority, even other shows. What do I tell you?
Shaving your head?
Yeah, that. No. Yeah, what else?
No, entertaining.
Yes, don't be boring.
Don't be boring. Hey, the girls were great last night, weren't they?
Yeah, the girls were funny. I had a kick out of it. That's kudos to Johnny. I notice he's not listening or whatever, but
yeah, he's doing a good job on Fridays.
Yep, keep it up. I just seen Kevin Hudson had posted something. A little bit of depression issue or something.
Right.
When I say be it, believe it, become it, that's loud, cocky, and confident. In order to achieve your goals, you can't just sit back and wait. Unfortunately, good things don't happen to those who wait. Good things happen to those who get up and go fucking make it happen.
Yeah, you know what you need to do, Brett? You need to walk over by the microwave and read what's posted up there. You haven't seen that yet.
Nope, I haven't seen it.
All right. So anyway, a little bit of backtrack as to what we did today. Brett and I went out for a ride and visited a drug site. Saw a lot of needles.
Yep.
And then what happened was we just decided to go for a drive on Main Street, and we stopped in at D. Camillo's. And they have such a great story, and they were so willing to talk to us. We thought we'd do a little teaser. It's only a minute and a half long, but just kind of give you an idea of what a great place this is in our community. So without further ado.
Yeah, so this is Deacon Mellis. We've been around, the company's been around for 100 years, little over. Started out as just a family-run bakery, mostly focusing on bread and small pastries, and then through the years, because their quality was so good and because just people recognized the value.
Without a doubt, everybody talks about how great the food is here.
Right, and the mainstay of our operation to this day is still that bread. It's all handmade, no added preservatives, no extra shortening. We don't throw sugar or anything in it. It's done by hand. The processing takes a little longer than machine-made bread, but it adds so much texture and flavor to it that to this day we get people that'll come in and buy 5, 6, 8 loaves of bread, and they're taking it to family and saying, "Hey,
out of town."
Right? They left town, and you can't buy bread like this where they live. That's the standard line. It's just all good.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Yummy.
D. Camillo Bakery.
Of course, we had to get a little fatter while we were there.
We took that entire case out with us.
That's the place to get fat at. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yummy.
Have you ever been to a D. Camillo's?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. You guys have Paula's Donuts where you're.
Well, we have Paulo's. We also have, let's see, Chubby Chicks over in Blaisdell. Yes, they are awesome.
Let me guess, they're a bunch of thin girls.
Actually, there are some thin girls. My friend's wife that owns the place.
Give them time.
She's pretty thin.
Yeah, all right, tell them that we will plug their place, but they got to send us.
They have great cupcakes.
Yeah,
Chubby
cool.
Chicks Bakery.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
catering.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what we need to know, because today we went in there. Brett's like, let's just go in and grab a donut, and he got talking to Jeff, who was the gentleman at the counter, and you could see the passion. Isn't that refreshing? Pride and passion in what you do in Niagara Falls, and we're really proud of them. I work at. Or I don't work, but I've been at Stella Niagara for a number of years. I'm kind of furloughed, but the sisters there in the health center go nuts when there's DiCamillo's bread.
Oh yeah,
That's their big thing.
No, wasn't DiCamillo's that had the giant? What were they? The cannolis. They were just with the chocolate and just everything.
Ooh.
Oh my god, it was just amazing. I think I saw some of their ads on Facebook last year around Christmas time.
Those donuts with all that chocolate on top, they come with an insulin shot, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, what do you say? Let's call it
Cheesecake.
Yeah, but let's talk about the future. Like,
Yes.
where Renee, I think you did great work tonight.
Yeah,
we
me
are
too.
going to borrow those pages you had, and I'll scan them tonight.
You want to see them all? Let's see. I think
Yeah.
there's like a link
Show 'em
in
all
here.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a
Put this
stackable
in.
scanner. I just put them all in, and they'll. But if anyone wants to read them, the fact is, folks, that a lot of things like the dickheads last week from who want to be Antifa, we've got video of that protest, and so nobody's lying. The first thing one of the organizers is like, you people are lying. No, we're not lying. We have video, unedited video of dickheads, and you let them run rampant against our city.
Yep.
So when people have facts like that, and when people publish things, it's not like you're making this up. You didn't make this information up today. So it's,
Absolutely.
The point is, we need as a society to stop watching the Facebook. I think someone's getting a
That's
ding.
me.
Okay.
It sounds like Facebook.
Oh, is that your pacemaker?
Yeah.
But it's not like somebody's looking at a meme on Facebook that says,
I don't
a
do
title
memes.
and then reacts. Neither do I. I want to know the story.
Look, I just
Right.
want to add in one thing while we're on this subject, Peter. Is let me ask you, what color do you have to be to care?
Any plaid.
You know what? You know the reason why I'm saying
Yeah.
that, because right away, as soon as I got there, the attitude changed. Oh my God, Brett Byro, what's he doing here? And they literally said that they had to change their walk because they were scared that the white supremacists were going to compromise.
Oh
their
my
shit
gosh,
now.
that's awful. I'm
Jesus
serious.
Christ.
Yeah,
no
that
one
actually
should
happened.
No one should feel that way.
Do you remember, I don't know if you remember, there's a comedy troupe from England called Monty Python, right? And they did a movie back in the late 70s called Life of Brian about the guy born in the next manger over from Jesus. It was one of the most hilarious takes on organized religion you'll ever see. And they found out that there were hundreds, if not thousands, of people protesting it outside the movie theaters. And it was funny because they said all these people are protesting a movie whose principal theme was to think for yourself, and they've never seen the movie. They're only there because they were told to. It's kind of like that. Is that people they're sheep, and those are the you people, and not just because you is a female sheep.
Well, they shouldn't be listening, to the boob tube. Tell them how to think or feel, or a politician, or even us. It's like look around you, open up the door for whoever behind you, and shake a hand and smile at somebody when you're not wearing your mask.
So you see
Jill Shaw
you
says-
see the name of the group I'm in? Can you
no.
see that? Look, right here. You can just figure it out, right?
Old salty beep.
bastard. So it's a bunch of us,
Old salty
CTs that are
Well,
together.
black and white, black plus white equals stronger. So
I get it.
love your brother, love your sister.
So the tinging is from a bunch of ex crypto techs that are sending me all kinds of memes and stuff like that.
I'm sure you're gonna have fun later.
They are evil. That's a circle. Anyway, next week we've got Charlie Pellier from The Watchmen.
Yes.
Coming on, and they're a Western New York group that has risen to try and counter the violence at. Have you heard of them, Renee?
No.
You will.
Go and check it
Okay.
out. Right. Yeah,
Can't
he'll be
wait.
here. Yeah.
All right, so that's what we have. So anything to say goodbye there, Renee?
Oh no! Thank you for listening, and you know we're going to be on
more good things to come, guys.
right
So,
before Election Day next Monday.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so
The election preview.
We'll have some good things to talk about, and then the following Monday we'll have even better things to talk about.
Oh yes.
Oh boy, won't that be fun?
Oh,
Well,
yes.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We are the Edge of the Falls, and you are loved.
Yeah, cheers, guys.